Congratulations. For my dear world, you have not seen war since the inception of the United Nations. Congratulations. For you're not bothered to think while sitting here that what will be fate of your women and children there at homes. Congratulations. For your homes are not awaiting the shells of subjugators and are not to be turned into ashes at the hand of just a push of the button. Congratulations. For you have not seen any war. And for you, mere the absence of war is called peace. And all these congratulations are for you, not for me. Because I have seen the sufferings of bad peace that is even worse than a war. Honorable Chief Guest, along with 12.5 million people at Kashmir, I am excluded from all the celebrations of the multilateral platforms because fires are being shot just outside the threshold of my house. I have not seen the sufferings of innocent Kashmiris on Google and YouTube. Just next to mine is the home of an old woman who sits on her door every day, holding in her hands the torn clothes of her only son and looking forward for a savior for her two young daughters. Imagine, Mr. President, imagine. I am alone at my home. My father was killed. My sister was dishonored. My brothers were crippled. I am all compelled by the enemy at the door, standing and holding the gun in his hands. And Mr. President, that enemy is simulated by the extremist ideologies of Hindutva and Arya Samaj of 21st century. This world has seen the lockdown for just in pandemic time, but I have seen more severe. It was on August 5, 2019, that the curfew was started on my land, and the curfew is still going on, making me compelled to stay home and do not go out to help that old woman and her two young daughters. Dear sir, here am I, an innocent Kashmiri, whose close ones are becoming the victim of airstrikes of Indian Army every day. It was then that my right to self-determination was declined. That right that was given by the Indian Independence Act of 1947, that was unentertained. It is then that the extremism has caused the lockdown in my land for more than 400 days. And it is now that I have to choose between two things, either to go to prison or to accept the death. Here am I, an innocent Kashmiri looking for divine help. Here am I, sir, an innocent Kashmiri looking forward to you to come and save that old woman and her two young daughters. Dear sir, my land was illegally, the routes to my land were illegally given to India via Gurdaspur corridor. At the joke of jurists, what you call the Radcliffe Award, by which the Indian Army illegally occupied my land, my Kashmir. Dear sir, and it made my land an apple of discord between the two novice states. And 73 years have passed, but still the conflict is unresolved. The manifestation in Indian illegally occupied Kashmir is clear that RSS-led BJP wants Kashmir, not Kashmiris. Today, the stage is set for building a new West Bank in Srinagar, open sky prison in the valley of Jammu and Kashmir. And India wants the Holocaust of generation of Kashmiris. The scrapping of Article 370 and 35A through a presidential decree is clear that Indian answer to Kashmir question is to colonize it. Honorable Chief Guest, I urge the United Nations to come to resolve the issue via international norms. Today, the people of my land do not have any other option either to go to prison or to death. Dear sir, today I request the world powers to come and intervene in the matter because it has been more than 400 days that this land has been under lockdown. Dear sir, according to the international relations and their theoretical framework, any conflict involving the death of 1,000 people in just a 12-month period becomes a war. And it is bounding on United Nations to intervene in the matter. In Kashmir, more than 20,000 people have been killed, but there is silent. I inquired that why there are fingers on the mouth, why the world is silent, why the world is silent over the atrocities being done in Indian occupied Kashmir. I urge you all to please speak up, to please stand for those oppressed people, because for them, the right time to justice is always right now. With this, I rest my case, dear sir.